Hey, what's going on, you guys? With you guys to the channel. It's your boy Big Dog back with a spoiler review for Birds of Prey and the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn. Saw this film for a second time last night. Took my little sister to see it. She enjoyed it. I haven't got to talk to her in detail about how she really felt about the film, but I'll probably do that later on just to see exactly what's going on. Another thing, this film isn't really doing too well at the box office right now. Just seeing it's like this. I think it's slated to make like $34 million in domestically, which is not too great because the film had like between the 85 to $97 million budget, which is a bummer because we all as comic book fans we always clamor for more stuff, and then stuff comes out and we don't go see it. It just hasn't been a really good time for like female led ensembles, because Charlie's Angels didn't do too well, and it seemed like Birds of Prey not doing too well. Even though I enjoyed the film, I didn't love it. There were some parts I ain't gonna say I didn't like, but and I'm probably about to get into those. But it's just I thought it was definitely a good DC film for people to go out and see, and I just don't understand what's happening. It's getting good word of mouth and people's buzzing about it. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But yeah, let's dive right into it. Like Harley Quinn's broken up with the Joker. She's out doing her own thing, and she's out still kind of like being very, very reckless without people knowing she hasn't broke up with the Joker. Because when she's in Roman's, oh my, I just call it Roman. Everybody else call it Roman. When she's in Black Mass, uh, club, and she broke his driver's legs in the worst possible way. It was a lot of bone crunching, like this fight in the police precinct, which was a lot of cap because like okay, but anyway, um, there were certain things like she was just able to get away with because everybody, regardless of who you are in the criminal underworld, unless you're maybe Bane, you worried about the joke. All right, we all know who the joke is, and granted, as much as I hate to say this, I think this film could have actually used Jared Leto's Joker. I think instead of Birds of Prey, the film that should have been made, and man, this sounds bad. The film that probably should have been made is the Joker and Harley Quinn film. Okay, you could have had those two going up against each other for control of Gotham. Like her trying to prove herself that she's just on the same level as him, and him being him tormenting the streets of Gotham. Like kind of like what the animated series is doing. But three other unknowns, it didn't hit. And like with the only star power that they had was Margot Robbie. Suicide Squad had a Margot Robbie and Will Smith as Deathshot. Viola Davis, like that thing had some, and then the person had like this buzz, and it had the Joker. I'm sorry, the Joker is just a draw. I don't care how many times people see the Joker. If the Joker's in a film, they are going to see it. And granted, Harley, as great as Margot Robbie has done for the character of Harley Quinn, I just don't see like she was able to give that character that big of a boost. Granted, this is still the first weekend. I don't know. Maybe it can do one of those with the film with Hugh Jackman with the singing and dancing and the elephant in the circus. One of those where it just seems to build up over time. Hopefully that's what happens, but it's an R-rated film, so who knows? That might, I don't know. And also, that was one of the things about this film to me that wasn't a problem with me, but the R rating didn't seem to be utilized as much as it could have been because it was R rated, but it was just because of a couple fucks and stuff. Like we didn't really get anything like super bloody or super violent. I didn't see the justification for the R rating. I feel like you could have did just as much stuff with like, you know what I'm saying, not the R without the R rating. You know, I wanted to see them dive more into it. I kind of feel like it was Deadpoolish, but not fully. You know, Deadpool like goes fully into the R rating. And I don't feel like Birds of Prey did that. The action scenes were. I felt like everybody bragged so much about the action scenes, so when I saw them, I was expecting a little bit more. I think some of the slow mo could have been pulled back on. I think, and that's just it's like a personal preference and stuff like that. There's times where like it didn't seem as fluid as I would want to, or as realistic as it could have seemed. Granted, we're in a comic book world, so things aren't going to be realistic in the sense. But I think the first one, I think where I really noticed is probably Harley when she's like in the police precinct, which is this is a weird police precinct because we are in a police precinct in Gotham City. I feel like I have to stress this so many times. It is the worst place on the planet. There is no place in any universe, anime, comic book, real, none of them are worse than Gotham, okay? That's the worst place ever created. It's nothing but crime written. And Gotham didn't have that feel to it in this to me. I kind of feel like I'm attacking the film, but that's actually not what I'm trying to do. I'm just pointing out a couple of things I feel like would have helped the film. Gotham felt very bright. Like when Harley has her egg sandwich, and man, what a egg sandwich that is. It actually makes me want one right now. But like when she has her egg sandwich, to me, man, damn, that was a good looking egg sandwich. But when she's walking and everything, it's just like, why is it so bright? Like, the sun is shining bright on Gotham today. Like, and I just never understood that. You know, that's the part that I'm like, I need Gotham to feel like Gotham. And Gotham usually, in any other iteration where I've seen any Batman story, Gotham always felt like Gotham. It always had that, like, a certain aesthetic to it, just a certain vibe. And then this film was missing that, and I think it would have helped it. I just want to talk about the villains, Zsasz and Black Mask. I think Ewan McGregor, you know who I'm talking, Obi-Wan. I thought he was absolutely fantastic as Black Mask, but I didn't see him put in no work. And that's one thing I think that this is just a personal preference for me. I like to see my villains put in work. Black Mask didn't catch a body. I didn't see him. He harmed literally no one. He shot Renee Montoya in the chest with, like, she had bulletproof. But other than that, he actually harmed no one. The one scene that is magnetic is when he tell Erica to get up on that table. That scene is what I want to see a lot more from him. And the fact that they kind of like, we teased it and that's all we got is kind of disappointing. But like I said, I still think Ewan McGregor did a fantastic job. And I actually liked his Black Mask. Even though his mask seemed like a very big helmet, it seemed like it's tough to move around with. And like if he swayed any one, he'd probably tilting over and fall. Zsasz was very, very creepy. And he did some stuff, but the way he kind of went out was sad to me. Like, yeah, he kind of went out sad. Like he was always on. I feel like Zsasz was always high throughout this film or something. Like Zsasz is a definite creep. Okay. Definitely a creep, bro. Huntress was so hilarious. When we got the Mary Elizabeth Winstead Huntress was fantastic. Black Canary was great. I'm kind of wondering why is she working for Black Mask? What does he have on her? I feel like there are certain things I just still want to learn more about. Cassandra, the weakest part of the movie was Cassandra Cain story to me. Because for sometimes it just didn't feel realistic. Because when she got with Harley, I'm just like, and she's like, oh my God, you're so awesome. You got money, you do this. I'm like, you've been with her all of 5 minutes, kid. Like, what are you talking about? She rescued you one time, you saw her at a roller rink, and now y'all in the store getting groceries, and you just like gushing over her? That didn't feel too realistic. But Margot Robbie is so good in this, and it's just like she's the model. I don't think anybody else is doing a better job than her as Harley Quinn. But I think the next time we see her as Harley Quinn, there's going to be a change, not because she's not good. I think she's putting on that red and black spandex. Okay, she's definitely putting on that. And I don't think it's going to look like we saw in the Suicide Squad where it's just kind of like hanging off her head. They're going to make that work, and it's going to be marvelous. That's just my opinion. I could be definitely wrong, but I definitely don't think this is, even if this film flops and bombs at the box office, I do not think this is the last time we see Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. Well, granted, because we also see her in the Suicide Squad coming up pretty soon, which is I'm looking forward to. which is going to be very interesting to see how that film does compared to this one, considering the fact that you have a very big cast, and those are more obscure names in comic books, comic book lore, because I think Huntress might not be well known, but I'm pretty sure Huntress is more well known than the Polka Dot Man or the Rat King, the people they have playing in that film. And Black Canary is definitely a known character. The whole them chasing the diamond, the way I actually really enjoyed the story. The way the story was set up to where certain things, everything connected in the end, and like how Huntress was the kid who her family got murdered, and the Black Mass was actually behind that, so he can get that fortune, and so he can take over Gotham. I actually liked all of that. I had zero qualms with the script. Zero, okay? Granted, other than the fact that, like, Black Mass getting blew up, I was like, granted, that's what seems like it works for a Harley Quinn film. I just didn't understand him blowing up. Didn't like the costumes at the end either. I like Huntress with like the whole the things going up. I actually wanted to see that. I feel like this is more modern, and it seemed like more loose. And I feel like I don't know how she was actually able to move around in that. Johnny Smollett, Bell, kicking in tight pants constantly. Actually, I think I have to see her do that in real life, because I was amazed. Even the first time I saw her, I'm like, how the hell is she getting her legs up? Her pants are very tight. And those are like jeans. Those are like gold jeans, actual gold jeans, like made out of gold. And like some kind of way she's still kicking like crazy. Good job. Now, Renee Montoya, that's the only part where I kind of feel like the whole the guy versus girls thing was going on, because it seemed like all the cops all the dude cops were like assholes. Granted, it's Gotham. Mostly everybody in Gotham's an asshole, but it kind of feel like I wish we could have had a couple other like chicks in it to like even it out to where it's not just like the dudes like, oh, you do like they felt like jocks in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro, y'all lame as fuck. Action, like I said, action was good. I didn't think it was great or phenomenal or anything. I think, like I said, the cast is great. It's just, only thing, if I can ask for more, I would want to see more killing from the villains and a more menacing, darker side. Them utilize the rated R more. You know what I'm saying? Not with like, I don't just have to necessarily see blood. I have to feel like a evil, just a pure evil. Black Mass is a crazy, psychotic son of a bitch, and you kind of got that when like they're cutting the people's faces off. That's cool, but like that didn't compare to when he told Erica to get up on stage and again get up on the table and take off her clothes because her dress was ugly. Like if he would have stripped her down naked or just completely back, or even just down to like her bra and panties. And then maybe threw a drink on her. Granted, I know I sound like kind of fucked up, but that's how I wanted to see Black Mass. I want him to be a fucked up individual. Like I want him to throw stuff on her, then pull her down, and then dance with her. And then she not dancing right, he slapped the shit out of her. Listen, I know it sounds fucked up, but that's what you want to see though, right? Like come on, man. Then her boyfriend, the dude she was with, tried to get her like, hey, chill out. His ass cut his fucking throat. You know what I'm saying? And then stick his hand through his throat and start talking with his mouth. I mean, that's the kind of sick shit I kind of want to see, man. We ain't got them. I mean, fuck, it's Harley Quinn film and it's R-rated. That's the type of shit I want. Hey, I'm right here if you need me. Call me. I set this motherfucker up. You give me 15 mil, we can do some gangster shit, all right? I have motherfuckers chopping off babies' heads and throwing them, you know what I'm saying, and golf clubs or some shit, playing golf with baby heads or fetuses. I don't know. Some shit. I needed some sick shit, all right? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I needed some evil, sadistic shit, and I didn't get that. You know what I'm saying? And also I needed Gotham to feel like Gotham. I needed to be dark and muggy. See, nobody. There's no hope in Gotham. People live there because they ain't got nowhere else to go. All right, that's another thing I wanted. Overall, I've seen the film twice. I was actually going to go see the third time with a group of friends, but wasn't able to. So, of course, I enjoy the film. Well, if it's on, I'm definitely gonna watch it. Well, am I gonna own it? Yes. Am I gonna buy it for myself and my little sister? Yes. But it still has some things I feel like that could have been done better that would have helped the film. Script, loved. Cast, loved. I think I hate to. I think some of the directing choices weren't. I ain't gonna say questionable, but could have went another way that I think would have helped the film out more. This is just one person's opinion. This is one guy who sits in front of an iPhone 6s and gives you guys his opinion on the internet. So it is what it is. But hey, it is what it is. Also, you guys let me know what you thought. Since this is a spoiler review, let's get into those spoilers down in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch up with you guys later. And yes, I know you guys are digging the Bane jacket.